From the Nerdy Bunch Studios in Los Angeles, California, the weekly show that brings you a dose of geeky, nerdy, and a splash of randomness, it's Nerd Hut. Today's guest, Cosplayer, Empress. Featuring the Nerdy Bunch band, and I'm Ivan Gonzalez, today's episode, Cosplayer in Quarantine, Empress. And now, my co-host, Arthur Thomas.
That's me. Hey everybody. Today it's clearly a little different via video. Like most of the country, we are using Zoom. I feel old because I thought we were going to use Skype, but apparently Skype is dead. I don't know when that happened. I didn't get the memo, but we don't use Skype now, so I had to create a Zoom account. I felt old. But Ivan, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. It's good to be back on Nerd Hut. I know it's been like pretty much a month since we've been back, but yeah, we have an exciting show today and more shows moving forward. Fortunately, Ellie couldn't be here today, so Arthur will be my co-host and covering today. So
yeah, that's me trying to bring the Ellie energy. She's always hyped, always happy, trying to be both. I just woke up not too long ago because I'm on that crazy quarantine schedule where I stay up all night playing games and watching movies.
Hey, yeah. So what's going on, Arthur? What's new? What's the news out there, man?
I don't follow regular news, so
okay.
So I don't know what's going on with the world and the COVID that's happening. All I know is Halo got delayed, which means if in regards to our last Nerd Hut episode was with the Xbox conference, the Xbox showcase, how Halo Infinite was going to be a day one launch title with the new Xbox Series X. It won't be anymore. It's been delayed. Which I personally think is a good thing. Rule of thumb with games, rushed versus delayed means you get an unfinished product versus something that's been more finely tuned. And just you get less those day one updates. That's like a 2 gigabyte update to fix all these bugs. So which means it's the kind of running joke is it's really official now. It's going to be the PS5 versus the Xbox Game Pass. Because now it's about at least day one launch will be less about Xbox exclusives and more about look on the money I'm not paying for these games. Day one at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I know. I had some of my friends were actually complaining about it. That it got delayed, and that was telling them the same thing you told me. I'm like, dude, I prefer to have a completed game than just a half-ass. Like Jarrell was talking about last week. Like, well, he was a bit just, I guess, on his point of view, he was disappointed with like just the gameplay. He expected a bit more, I guess, quality, but again, they're still working on it, and we'll see how it comes out. But
because a recent example of that is Torchlight 3. It's an ongoing PC/Xbox series where it's a dungeon crawler like Diablo, where you go, you level up, you level up. There's experience, and that game's so unfinished. One of the cutscenes is the literal art, like. It's like the literal paper, the etches. You can see the cross section of the human face, and it's not even colored. It's like literally someone just put in the art sketches for this cutscene, and that's the cutscene. It's so unfinished. It's not even like we don't even get colored pictures. It's just black and white stencil sketches of this cutscene for Torchlight 3, which sucked because that was gonna be a game I was gonna buy, but now I'm not because I'm gonna wait at least a year till it's done.
Yeah. But yeah, anything else you got, Arthur, for today?
That's really it.
That's really it. All right.
Two examples of games why they should be delayed. One got released early. We have number 2 pencil cutscenes, and Halo's been delayed, I think, for a good reason.
Nice. Well, we do have some news, Nerd Hut and the Nerdy Bunch. We have a website now, so you guys can go see us or look us up on nerdybunch.com. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yes, it is.
mynerdybunch.com. It's kind of like basic right now. I'm just like, at least gave it, a face to it and added pictures, but there's going to be a lot more content eventually. Eventually we're going to have schedules of when we'll be at conventions. We do want to do panels and stuff. So that's like later on, but we are going to add more content like online there's also website exclusive content that will only be on the website. So yeah, check it out. I mean, there's not much there besides the podcast. But yeah, check it out. And
That's it for me. I think it's time for us to bring our lovely guest for the day.
All right, let's do it. And as we're waiting for it to load, there she is.
Hi, guys. Hey.
Hi.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, no, thank you for joining. It's great. You're our first one to be on our video version of the podcast.
Very exciting.
Yeah. Thankfully, no super technical difficulties. I'm always nervous about that.
I know, same.
I know. I was like waiting for the video to load, and it was like
just a little nervous.
Also, we get notice like someone's been disconnected from the chat. We're like,
Unfortunately, I'm still here.
Unfortunately,
nice.
That's always nice. Yeah. So you go by Ren's Empress on social media, and you do cosplaying. And what else besides cosplaying? What else do you do?
Honestly,
I know you were telling us earlier.
Costuming does take up a lot of my time, but now because of quarantine, I got back into editing, illustrating, using Photoshop, and also like traditional stuff as well. And I've done that before, but cosplay takes up a lot of my time, so I stopped it for a while. But now I have all the time in the world as it is because of the way everything's going. Yeah. So I've been doing that.
Yeah, it's funny because I was talking to one of my friends, Ellie, and we were doing a shoot yesterday because she was doing a cosplay shoot. I'm like, so everyone is working on cosplays, so we're probably going to see some pretty badass cosplays in the next conventions because everyone's like working so hard and like they have nothing to do. So
I know. I mean, at this rate, we're gonna have a long time before the next one. So yeah.
So let me ask you this: how many cons have you been to?
How many cons? I genuinely don't know the answer to that because I've been going to cons since I was like 14, and then I stopped a little bit in high school because I was doing sports and whatever. But I started picking it back up in like my college, like when I started freshman year, and then also as a senior in high school. So I honestly have no clue. It's like countless because it's WonderCon, Anime Expo, and like even the smaller conventions like at Pasadena. That's those are all what I've frequented.
Have you been to Long Beach Comic Con?
I have.
Oh, nice.
I know there's Long Beach Comic Con and then Long Beach Comic Expo. I think there's two different ones. So I think I'm pretty sure I've been to both.
Yeah. Oh, that's where we're from.
One's in January, one's in September.
Yeah. Yeah, that was actually my first convention that I've been to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So then from there I started going, and then it was Stan Lee's Kamikaze and all that.
I never got to go to that one. So that one, they renamed it to LA Comic Con, right? So yeah, I didn't get to go to when it was Stan Lee's convention. But yeah, that's super cool.
You guys both started pretty in with the con thing. I always been like nerdy. How it's like about learning new friends. We just always find a way to cluster together, especially in college. That was actually my first time to a convention. Was my third or second year in college. I went to Fanime, which is the anime convention in San Jose, California, Northern California, and I loved it. I loved it because and I've since been at Anime Expo to other conventions too. I still love my first convention experience. At least Fanime, because it wasn't too crowded. It was like that nice middle where it's still busy, but yet intimate and not like crazy liney, like Comic-Con can be down in San Diego. And it was the famous Hall H or Panel H, something like that.
Yes, that's San Diego Hall H. I've only been to San Diego for one day because that was all I could manage to get, but it was really insane. And even though I pretty much just like walked around the exhibition center with my friends, like it was a blast. Like I missed doing that. That was literally like last, like previous summer, like a year ago.
Yeah, I definitely. I miss conventions. I miss shopping. Like sometimes I know I would know, like let's say there's sales online or stuff. I know I tell myself I'm not gonna go because like and like stuff in Ivan's background too is like the con stuff like exhibit hall, the artist hall, exhibit hall. Oh, I miss it all.
Because in the end, it's like it's a great way to support kind of like either local or out of state, out of country artists too, just like independent work, which I think is really great. And I think that's also kind of what's happening now. Like you have more independent artists coming up and starting like Patreon or starting Etsy's and, you know, all that sort of stuff.
It's really cool you mentioned the out of country, not only the out of country like congoers or cosplayers, but I'm a huge Godzilla fan. Like there's only one Godzilla poster here in the shop, but I have like 12 if I can count. And because a few of them are the original movie posters, either the original movie posters or the anniversary movie posters from the old school Godzillas, like King of the Monsters, stuff like that. Original Godzilla vs King Kong, and then I have a banner to my right, off camera, like one of those Japanese, like not a scroll, but you know what I mean, like that really light material of one of those Godzilla banners, and that was from out of country, a Japanese person over in Artist Alley at an Anime Expo. When I went there in 2016, those are still some of my favorite things I have today because they brought things like from Japan, like you literally can't get here.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
I thankfully bought them.
That's really cool.
Nice. So, what got you into cosplaying, if I may ask, or how did you get into it?
So when I think, like I said, I started when I was 14. When I was younger, I really liked the Batman animated series, and I was kind of obsessed with Harley Quinn. Not as much anymore, but like, I was like, Mom, like she showed me, she's like, hey, this thing's happening down the street and it's called WonderCon. And I was like, that sounds really cool. Let's go. And she's like, yeah, you should dress up because that's what people do there. And I was like, oh, okay. And it was like a Party City costume, but I went, bought it, wore it there, walked around the convention. And it was super fun because I was like, whoa, there's a whole thing for this. Like there's a whole community for this. And I think that was what was really exciting about it in the first place.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, definitely. Like my first con, I'm not sure if you know Mina Kress.
Mina Kess?
Yeah, there you go, Mina Kess.
Yeah, we're friends. We're mutuals on Instagram.
Okay, so her first time, I think I started shooting with her when she first went to Long Beach Comic Con. It was her and her friend Sam, and yeah, that was like just seeing them like start off, and then now they're like she's like doing all these crazy cosplays and like
yeah, she's super talented. I think she just did like a custom Gwen suit, and it is the coolest thing ever. Like
I saw that.
So cool. And I definitely look up to her, and then as well as some other cosplayers who are positive voices in the community, and like they don't put down other people, and they're very open about stuff that they go through, or just like being really real, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
and I mean, and you have pretty fancy or crazy cosplays as well. They're really, really good.
It's weird because like people say that, and I'm like, it's so hard to not like compare yourself to others because I'm like, I don't know, I don't think what I'm doing is super crazy. But now it's like 5 years ago, I wouldn't imagine that now I'd be slowly working through like foam armor, working with like 3D printed stuff. Like never would I have imagined that I would be here doing that. And I know it's like really slow, it's kind of slow moving progress, but it's kind of cool that like there's growth even in like a hobby.
Yeah,
I think that's cool.
No, and I give you and like other cosplayers a lot of credit because I only made one cosplay in my life, and it was a Mandalorian cosplay with like I did the helmet out of a Home Depot bucket and like traced
remember
up.
that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
It took forever. It was, I mean, it didn't come out the best, but still, it was like, okay, I got a cosplay done. It was rewarding.
It's like something you made, and I think that's the coolest thing ever. Even, but not, I'm like not dissing people because obviously you can't like hand sew a Spider-Man suit. You can, but it'll be really hard. But I buy costumes, and then I also buy stuff from other cosplayers and support them if they are doing commissions and stuff. Like, but and then I also make stuff too, and I think all of it all together is really rewarding because it's like in the end, it's like you make yourself look cool, and you feel pretty cool too. And I think it's a nice feeling.
It's like a fun fan based sense of accomplishment.
Yeah,
like I did this for this thing I like that I'm going to do
because
to an event I'm going to go to. It's a lot of positivity from self and from others too. It's like they could take a picture, stuff like that.
I know. I think I know recognition is one part of it, but ultimately it's like self-satisfaction. I'm like, yes, I did it. And now I have a long time to do things because we're not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah.
But yeah.
For real.
I know.
So how many cosplays do you have?
I'm like looking back at my rack. I'm like, I have definitely more than 10. It's countless now. It's more than 10. I know it's more than 10. I have a few bodysuits that I haven't shot in yet because I just got this and set up so that way I'm gonna start doing self shoots at home. Because it's the weather here right now is not doable for it's like really difficult. It's like over 100 like almost every day. So I'm gonna start doing self shoots. But yeah, I have some exciting like Venom stuff, Miraculous Ladybug, and a couple more things coming soon. Yeah.
I was going to say, God help anyone who wants to do a Venom cosplay in the dead of summer.
In full all black. And then, because like, I would wear a wig too, and it's heavy and it's hot. So yeah. If I do a location shoot, I'll wait until like October or something.
When it cools down.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely could call with the self shoots at home, especially with that Venom. And it's like, oh, it's August. Let me wear all black and go outside.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Terrific idea.
Yeah. I'm good. Yeah, I'll pass.
Jesus. So also, as I can see, you're a big Star Wars fan based of your TikTok.
And my name.
And your name.
And my name.
Which we're going to get into.
Yeah. Oh, we are? Okay. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Feel free.
Examine the shoots. No.
I do have a lot of Star Wars content on my TikTok. I don't know how it ended up because I have more than 10 costumes, but I'm like, Star Wars. I don't know why. It's just immediate gravitation. Actually, you know what? Because of quarantine, I started rewatching Clone Wars, and that was like my childhood show. And I was like, I watched the movie, I watched the shows. I'm slowly working through Rebels, very slowly. No hate on Rebels. It's hard for me to get through that. Rewatch the movies, and then Mandalorian, which you guys did an episode on, and that's been my binge almost every week. It's like always something Star Wars. I don't know why. Yeah.
So did you see season 7?
I did. I've seen it. I've seen the last few episodes like multiple times because I keep looking back at it. One for reference photos for Ahsoka, and like Disney won't let me screenshot stuff, so I just go back and like I'll open Disney Plus on my PC and then use it as a reference when I'm working on something. But yes, I have multiple times, and I'm not saying I cried every time, but it's like almost, it's getting there. Nearly.
It's really dark and really deep.
Oh, it's so good.
Was it 3 episodes, 4 episodes? Oh, they're rough.
Wow.
They're rough.
Yeah. And just like everyone, every single character, and then obviously massive creds to the voice actors. It was a ride.
Yeah, Dave Filoni killed it. He did a great job. And like I was watching it because one of my coworkers that I work with, I got him into Star Wars because he would always see me watch Star Wars at work, and he would ask me, and I'm like, dude, just watch them. You keep asking me every little thing of this. What's this? And he watched one Star Wars movie, and now he's like,
boom, gateway.
And then started watching them. He binged everything. He binged all the movies, Clone Wars, Rebels, Mandalorian.
I beat me with Rebels then.
And he
Lego Star Wars.
Lego Star Wars. Like, he played all the video games. No, I'm just kidding. But like he got into it. And when season 7 came out, we were watching it at work. And that last episode, after it finished,
I'd be in tears while working.
We both looked at each other and we're like, what the fuck, dude? I don't know what to do with my life. Like, we just like sat there, like just dead on doing absolutely nothing for probably about 30 minutes trying to figure out what happened.
Luckily, a customer did come to the front. How can I help you?
He had to wait.
Just like tears pouring down his face. He's like, you know what? I'm not feeling it.
Okay. Just give me a few minutes. Oh man.
Yeah. So how far are you into Rebels?
Oh man. Been a while since I last watched it. I think I'm in season 3. I finished. I did the season 2 finale, and you guys have watched that, right?
Not him.
You can spoil it. It's fine.
I went to the season 2 finale with, I feel bad spoiling. But the cool fight, and I was like, oh nice, this is cool. And then somehow I dropped the ball, and I was like, all right, back to Mandalorian.
No, you need to watch it. It gets way more deep.
I know.
And it's if you thought that what's it called? Season 7 was rough. Rebels ends rough too.
How many seasons of Rebels are there again?
4, I think.
I'm aware of the ending, and depending, like some characters that I cosplay, I pick them because I'm like, okay. And sorry, I got distracted. I sometimes pick them because I was like, oh, that really cute bodysuit's on sale, and I love. This is my next cosplay that I'm going to be posting next, and you guys can hear it here first. But I love Starfire. Oh my gosh, like, let me get this bodysuit. Other times, I'm like, I am emotionally connected to this character. I for some reason, I want to be them. I want to dress up as them. And I know everyone has different, like sort of pursuits when they come to cosplay, but I'm like, I want to be this character. And that character is Hera Syndulla, because she is amazing.
Yes.
She's amazing.
I love Hera.
I adore her. And I also read the Dr. Aphra comics. I don't think I finished it. I went through quite a lot, and I was like, oh, it's Hera. Like, it was so cool to see. Yeah.
Did you see her in the Squadrons trailer?
I did. And any Star Wars game like that comes out, especially Vader Immortal, and like I'm sorry, I'm not really familiar with names, but the one with Cal Kestis, because I think he's kind of cool.
Fallen Order.
Thank you. It makes me want to get. Sorry, I'm such a dork. It makes me want to get into video games, because that's one thing that I never really got into. It's weird. Like, I nerd out about everything except I never got into actual games, and that's like what everyone. That's like a huge like fan base right there.
A lot of the games expand on universes or worlds you want. For example, I love playing games. Mm-hmm. And so not only just as a fun game, but Star Wars Starfighter. You get to expand on those missions and that world, like the pilots and everything like that. The now famous original PS2 game, Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, you follow the 501st.
See, like, that's cool.
So that's like awesome.
Yeah, my extent of video games is like playing at my friend's house, and I'm like. And he's like, do you want to play Battlefront? I'm like, no, I kind of suck at that. Can we put Lego Star Wars back on? I'm gonna be real with you. I'm like, I'll try and attempt to tackle my Ahsoka cosplay, but I'm like, if I'm not good at a video game and I'm like not feeling it, I'm like, all right, boom, Lego Star Wars.
Hey, no, you're good. Ivan knows. My friend and I, we spent like $40 because everything Lego, every Lego game ever went on sale, and I bought half and he bought half, and we were just gonna meet in the middle, and we were gonna play them all online multiplayer, but we didn't know until after we spent our money that the online servers are no longer supported. So I spent like $40 on single player games. I'm like, what?
Okay, but they're still good.
Oh no, they're still fun, and I just love how like. I forget that they're inconsistent. Some Lego games talk like they have a script, but the ones that don't, are kind of my favorite because they'll just like jibber jabber like I get the Death Star will blow up.
I love that. Those are like the super old ones too. I miss that.
The old school ones, they don't talk. They just like make little noise. They make little noises.
That's great. We should bring that back. Hire us three to voice the next Lego Star Wars, and we can just go up like,
well, I was gonna mention. I made like epiphany face when you guys mentioned Lego earlier. Today, Ivan, I shared in the group chat. I don't know if you saw because you were setting everything up. Today they announced there's going to be a Lego holiday Star Wars special.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that yesterday.
Yeah, or like that's just yesterday, but it should have put my feed today.
I have never watched the actual holiday special, so I think that's kind of funny. Should I venture there? Because I grew up with the Samurai Jack looking in Clone Wars, and then it got erased from history. I don't know what happened to it. And
clips of it are slowly being released on YouTube, and I will pause and say that was the best. That, in my opinion, is one of the best Star Wars adaptations. One of the best Star Wars adaptations. Just nuts. So
I love Clone Wars.
Balls the wall war and action. Just go.
That wolf dude hits different.
Right? No, like
I didn't remember that at all. Someone sent me a meme, and I was like, "Who is this?"
There's a channel, Honest. I don't know if you watch Honest Trailers. So they used to be Smosh. Yes. They did an Honest trailer for that Clone Wars, and then they're like, with all these figures and games, they're like, "Where's my anthropomorphic wolf man? Like, I want Jedi. Like, was a werewolf? Who's a Jedi?
Show me the furry. Show me the furry Jedi. Where is he?
You just say the phrase. Like, let's say there's a new game coming out, and you could just say the phrase. What's your game going to be about? Werewolf Jedi. Done. Take my money. I want it. Where's my werewolf Jedi? Does he become more powerful when the moon's out? I don't know. Because he's only been in that one show.
They're like, "Are you actually a Jedi or are you just a furry?" And then he's like, "I'm just saying, modern adaptation, fursuit, live action." They can make bank, and it'll be a fraction of the cost of Mandalorian.
I want to see him in a fight. They're like, "You've lost. I've taken your lightsaber. Still a werewolf, dude. I'm still dangerous. Like, what? I'm not a poodle. I'll bite you, bro. I'm not a poodle. I'm still dangerous." I want to see more of the good call. I want to see him. That's like my favorite unsung, only seen in one series character ever, the werewolf Jedi.
For real, yeah. But I don't know if you want to venture into the
this holiday special.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I vote no. That's me.
I mean, I seen it just because I wanted to get it out of my system, and like, part of that is regret.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. It's like I'm like, it's like burned in, like an image burned in the back of my head. I'm like,
it's one of the few obvious, like super in your face. Let's just make a crash grab 30-minute thing, or like I forgot how long it was.
30 minutes? It's 30?
I forget. I've seen it once.
They let it run that long?
It's been repressed. It could be shorter, it could be longer. Don't quote me. I've seen it once. I remember a handful of scenes, and it just, there's people's family members there. I'm like, why are you here? What?
Poor Arthur's getting flashbacks right now.
I know, like it's slowly
Vietnam flashbacks.
It's like that meme of like the dog just.
I know. Comes back, getting triggered.
But yeah, so that is the one Star Wars media I've not seen. I guess there's probably more.
if you get a chance, there a lot of the old Star Wars games, and there's at least with the gaming community, we're judging the new ones very harshly because the ones back in day, gameplay wise, but also for you to want story wise, I think one of the best story. I think one of the best unsung stories in the entire Star Wars universe is the story of Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh wow, yeah, I know a lot of people. I
agree.
Adore that entire. Yeah, I want to get into it. I really do. If
you get a chance to play it, I think it's on Steam. It's again, even like just for the story, it's really good.
That's awesome. I will check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, and then even Jedi Fallen Order, which is the recent one, that one was so good. It was so good, so well done, and
I'm just like, it was probably. Yeah, I'm amazed because it looks so beautiful too. Like, and I'm like aesthetic wise, I'm like, wow, that's amazing. And to hear that there's like a good story with it, that like, I'm piqued, my interest.
Something you can do that I do for games I can't play. Like I know Ivan recently, Ivan recently moved in. He has the PS4. I don't have a PS4, so there's a lot of games I don't have and can't play. So I don't watch playthroughs or quote unquote the movie where you just YouTube and it's all the cutscenes.
Mm-hmm.
So I recommend doing that too because I wasn't going to play even though Ivan has it. I wasn't going to play Jedi Fallen Order, so I literally just watched all the cutscenes to still experience that story even though I couldn't play it.
Oh, I don't know why I never thought of that.
I did that for a lot of PS4 stuff, like Uncharted, because I don't have a PS4. So like Uncharted, God of War, these amazing story-driven games that I want to play or see, but I can't. So you can just watch someone's playthrough. There's all options. Watch someone play through, so you can actually watch the whole game being played, or just do the videos of the cutscenes in order,
Mm-hmm.
and you still get a good experience.
That's cool.
Yeah, like so Jedi Fallen Order, they go into Order 66. So it's like literally right after Episode 3, it takes place. So there you see all these like Republic ships getting dismantled, gunships and all that, and you even see it.
How many times will Disney Lucasfilm like take my heart, crush it, and monetize off of it? Like how many times?
She gets it.
Order 66, and then also, I mean, I love. This is not including Clone Wars. That makes sense because that's built for that. But I'm like every time, it's always that period of time right there. That's why I'm actually excited for. I know they announced like they're doing. Is it Knights of the? What? I don't know what they were doing, but they announced they're going to do a series for. I'm blanking on the name, but it's going to be like stuff that people thought were originally going to be Legends, but they're including it in. I don't know.
Like, no, I know what she's talking. It's like the High Republic.
The height of the
something. I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, it's about the Jedi, and I'm like, oh, see, that's cool because like we didn't know about that yet, so that's what I like.
Let me ask you this: in Clone Wars, did you like in the last season? Did you see Kanan?
Yes, he was standing next to his master, and I was like,
yeah. I know, like I had to watch. Like it took me like 3 watches, and then like they said it. I'm like, oh, that's Kanan. That's why. I
learned about it because my friend had told me about it because she's super into Rebels and stuff, and I was like, oh, this hurts, and I've only seen 2 seasons, and it hurts so much. Especially, man,
that fight in Rebels, that one hits hard too.
Yeah. Personally, my favorite fight scene it constantly changes, to be very honest. But right now, my favorite fight scene is Maul versus Ahsoka in season 7. Because to me, I was like, I'm like, this is Star Wars, first of all, and it was beautiful. I think it was really, that was insane to see.
Something that was different about that fight is it wasn't entirely animated. A good chunk of it was motion capture.
I heard about that, and I thought they had actually just like, I know they choreographed it with 2 stunt people, and then they referenced off that entire fight. And I've seen the live, I forgot the names of them, but I've seen the whole video where they just go at it, and I'm like, all right, you know what? I will buy a lightsaber, and I will join Saber Guild when all of this is over.
Yeah,
because I'm like, I want to do that. So that's something I actually do want to try out eventually when everything is safe.
Yeah, there's a good clip. Quarter Crew does a show, Stuntmen React, and there's one of the stunt women was on the show, and she was the one that motion captured for Ahsoka, for that, and she's done other stuff with Disney too and other gaming things. But a good chunk of the episode was going over that fight, and a lot of fans can tell it's different because if you watch like the first season Clone Wars, it's very like what I call warpy. Like they'll just go from it to be like super,
gonna go like
super quick.
But this one,
it's entertaining, but this one was very raw and like
real. And like they put the work into season 7 because it was like the shots that they had. It was super. I know it like I like it. I personally say this a lot, but it's like it's cinematic. It is like if this was shot live action, it could be comparable. That's what I love about animation is like you can truly do anything with animation, and I think that's what makes it so different.
Yeah, this was a good hybrid. This was a good hybrid episode. That was a good hybrid season of animation yet mocapped significant scenes to like have that hybrid realism with animation imagination. Yeah. Oh, I want to watch the last 3 episodes again. And get sad again.
Have fun crying.
Yay! Let me finish this. Let me have that mentality where like, great, the show's over. I want to do nothing with my life for the next 2 days. Let me just emotionally recover. That's like when you finish a show or anime, you're like, I'm done. I want to do nothing with my life for 2 days.
I'm done, but at what cost?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see the season 2 Mandalorian trailer?
What? I have not.
They released a trailer?
Oh, me neither. I was just kidding.
I was like, are you sure?
I was like, it just got announced.
Listen,
no, they haven't.
I was a dip off this Zoom call. Bye.
I was like, all right, I'm leaving. You know what? I am gonna leave. I was like, all right, okay, bye guys. I got something really important to do. I would be the first to know.
Yeah.
Anything, Mando.
I know they're supposedly going to release it when Celebration was supposed to take place, which is this month. Yeah, so it should be.
I'm not gonna front. I'm the one nice thing about Celebration and all these cons being canceled. I'm like, you know what? I've never been to that con, and now a bunch of people are just like, they're like, I'm not going again. I probably won't be going in 2021. Whatever. I'm like, you know what? I've never gone to Star Wars Celebration, so someone better run me their tickets because, like, you know what? I will go.
Yeah, it was fun. The one time I did, I only went once, but it was so much fun.
Like, it's in Anaheim, right?
Yeah, it's like it flips off. It's like 1 year it's in the U.S. and then 1 year it's international, and then 1 year is like in the U.S. again.
What's 2021?
International.
I got a passport.
Really? I thought they were still going to host it at Anaheim because, like, Skip.
Really? Or I don't know. I don't know. Maybe.
Ooh, well, the year after that, Arthur's going to go flying somewhere.
Yeah, I would. That would be really on brand to fly to another country just for a convention. Nothing else. We're skip everything else straight to Celebration.
Right. But yeah, so another thing that's related to Star Wars is your name. Or your
Ren's Empress.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So what's the story behind it, if you want to tell
it? Back in December and during my birthday, I actually several weeks before, I had a different username. I don't go by it anymore, so I'm not gonna plug it because that doesn't make sense. But I watched. I'd gotten premiere tickets for a movie theater in California, and I bought it for all my friends, and we went, and I was dressed up as Rise of Skywalker Rey. I sewed her outfit. That was like the first thing I've ever sewed before, and I hope I'm gonna grow a little more from that because I was like, oof. Looking back, I'm like, we can improve. We can do better.
Oh, but I'm sure it was great.
I was at Rise of Skywalker premiere, and it was like, I was like so excited, and then at the end of it, bawling, like tears pouring down, crying, the whole business, and then like the fanfare music was going off, and it was like dun 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 dun, and then I'm just like on top of that, someone spotted me there. They're like, oh my gosh, are you insert old username? And I was like, yes, that's me. And then they're like, let me take a picture with you, and I said okay, and I was like, and for audio listeners, it's me looking really distressed with a thumbs up. But yeah, I was like, and I've always been like a Kylo Ren. A Kylo Ren fan. Like ever since The Force Awakens, I was like, because Force Awakens like drew me back into Star Wars after years of just being a casual fan, and I was like, okay, this is really cool. Last Jedi, I know a lot of people are divisive over that. I'm like, I love The Last Jedi, and I think that one's gonna age really well. In terms of like how divisive it is. I think it's so cool, but I loved it. And then I watched that, and then I was like crying, and I was like, I love Kylo, I love Ben. Let me change my name to Ren's Empress. And that is how I got my name, because it was a little nod to Ben / Kylo.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's a cool name.
Thank you.
That's pretty cool. How much time do we have left? Oh, we like always, we go over our time. But,
talking about fun stuff is fun. Yeah,
that works. I'm really glad I got to do this. Thank you so much, guys.
No, thank you. Do you want to put in some plugs or anything you have going on, anything that you're planning to do?
Well, I'm very active on Instagram, and there in my link in my bio that has all my socials and everything, and it's all under Ren's Empress. And I'm assuming that'll be in the title here. So there you guys go. Thank you so much.
All right, Isabel. Well, thank you for joining us. And this is our episode of Nerd Hut. Thank you guys for joining. Arthur, and you have any words for us before we go?
Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming, Isabel. This is our first trial at like a video chat sort of episode. We'd like to and seeing how successful this was, and we'd like to do it again sometime. So thanks again.
Yeah, hopefully once all this blows over and you're in California, we can do a live one.
Heck yeah, I'd love
in person. To. Yeah, that'll be by then hopefully we have like a setup and everything. Yeah. But yeah, it'll be cool to have you back on, and
looking forward to it, guys.
Alrighty. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you guys. Take care. Catch us on Wednesdays and the Nerdy Bunch on Mondays. So catch you guys later.